I'm doing more than everybody else is supposed to be doing. I'm making more than none of that. And make sure that you're doing the same thing. You weren't going to get my vote. I told you, you were in my top 3. But that was because you weren't showing any productivity, nor... He's trying to get a show after this. He's trying to do something with this to do better after he leaves here. So he's not doing this for us. He's doing this for him in a long run. You know, he's looking at the bigger picture. Chris would have never voted for you even if he had to. And Red got 9 votes. 9. 2 votes were for you and 1 was for Bella. Chris. Watch out for him. Because there's only 2 power players here. There was 3 and Red's gone. Red was only a power player because he knew how to get his way. So if everybody folds in, or a lot of people fold in. Amanda is a power player here. Nikki is a power player here. We're not trying to separate them. Nikki, a lot of people don't like her. A lot of people don't. But they don't say anything because she's got Amanda behind her. And Amanda's a force to reckon with. Amanda doesn't care. Amanda does her own thing. And nobody's going to say anything to a pregnant black woman. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So, be careful. I'm not telling you to tiptoe around anybody. I'm not telling you to suck up to anybody. Please do not suck up to anybody. But make sure that while you're here, while you're helping everybody else, make sure you watch out for Bree too. Like everything that I do, I take care of my steps so that nobody can come back behind me and say, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not pulling my fair share, I'm doing more than everybody else is supposed to be doing, I'm making more than none of that. And make sure that you're doing the same thing. You weren't going to get my vote. I told you, you were in my top 3. But that was because you weren't showing any productivity, nor were you showing any problems. I didn't see one single issue with you. But once the Red took that barn from you, I didn't see anything else that you were offering us. And I was thinking about long term. But I got bigger fish to fry. For this place to be a real community, a real society that can actually be happy and progress, we don't need people in here only thinking about themselves. They have to think about the group as well. Nikki, she cares about herself, but she has the group in mind. She does things as the group and speaks of it as the group in favor of her. And a lot of people don't see it, but we need people not to be the ones that get walked over. Like you, you're soft-spoken. Kristen, she's soft-spoken. And I had the same conversation with Kristen. Me, Mike, Taylor, Nikki, Amanda, and Red all have it out for themselves. They're okay with being by themselves, but they say that they're doing it for the group. Nikki did that last order by herself. She didn't consult me or Taylor. And remember what just happened 2 weeks ago when I did that? Quote unquote. But you were right there. Remember how bad Nikki made that and said for me to be transparent and everything else? We have $175 worth of fresh produce and $30 worth of meat. And we're over halfway through the meat because she didn't order the right stuff. And she just ordered it off the hip because she didn't ask me. She didn't ask Taylor. And she went into a room by herself and ordered all the food. What she's doing is she's trying to poke holes in everybody's position. She's going to join every job that she can to find the holes and try to fill them on her own and to poke it out for somebody else. With me in the kitchen, she's trying to poke holes in there saying, no, I'm not doing the right food, I'm not cooking for everybody, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that for people. And she is trying to show herself like the Superman, right? She was going to do the same thing with the garden. She did that to Bello in the garden. They worked together out there. But she tried to find all the holes that Bella was making, and then she ran out there and pulled that Superman job. Nikki sits out there and plants in the same circle all day. Ain't shit grown yet. That's all she does.
She came and told me that she...
Yep. And what she said last night, she threw you under a bus in that meeting.
And
She said that she was glad that you finally spoke up, that she talked to you the last few days since the thing happened, and that, you know, about the vet, when the vets came, like, you know, you were right there, and she said that she asked the vets questions about your actions in front of you so that you couldn't run away from the situation, and like, so that you were right there. And she was like, she found out more about the situation and what she heard about your actions in there, and that now she can respect the fact that you came in there and, you know, accepted your fault and took, you know, fought for your situation, but she was still very weary about your actions and how you could help moving forward. But what you don't know is Nikki was the 5th person to vote, but she didn't vote. Nikki waited for everybody else to vote before she even voted because she was going to vote for you. But she waited for Rob went and I went. Rob voted red. Then I voted red. Then Kristen voted red. Then Chris voted Bella. Then Amanda voted red. Then Nikki passed. Then Ernesto voted for you. Then Hex voted red. Then Josh voted for you. Then Mike and Dedeker both voted for red. And then it went back to Nikki. And the only reason why Nikki voted for red was because it didn't matter who she voted for. Red already won the vote. All it needed was 7 votes for red to be gone. There was already 9. Well, there was already 8. So she was safe by voting red. And then she wouldn't be in the same situation Josh is right now by having to explain to you why she voted for you. And then you would lose trust in her. And you wouldn't want to listen to what she has to say later on. So she played it really smart, and it pissed a lot of us off. Nikki has way more enemies than you think here. Out of the 14 people that are currently here, Nikki has 12 enemies. She's only got 2 people on her side. Rob, well, 3. Rob, Josh, and Amanda.
I had a talk with Chris last night. I told him I want to move out and I want to be there with the girls anymore because I don't want to go back to everything here tonight. I don't feel like I can trust her. And
You can't trust her.
And then Chris is like, I can understand that, but don't move out right now because with 2 people coming, we'll have 2 spots open. They need the room. Wait until 1 person leaves and I'll take that extra spot. So I'm going to crash with him for the next few minutes.
Do it. Because understand this, I'm not out for myself. I'm not trying to incite bullshit. A lot of people do that. A lot of people try to, like what Red was doing, go to each individual and trying to tell them something bad. I genuinely don't. I would love to be here till February, and then after that, I don't care. And I say February because I want my message to get across to everybody. I want for New Year's, Christmas, and Thanksgiving to get everybody together around food. That's it. For me, for me, it's not about this. It ain't never been about that. I get that on the outside. Easy. But for some people in here, it's about what they can get from this after.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nikki's one of those people. She's trying to do the same thing with her yoga. I built a calendar. I was up at 4 o'clock. When Taylor got up, I got up to build a calendar for boot camp. Put the whole thing together, filled it out, did it myself on PowerPoint, gave it to Kristen, and the details to upload on the website. When Nikki went over there yesterday, Nikki heard us talking about the calendar. Now she wants Kristen to build her a calendar just like mine and put all the information in there and offer as much stuff as I'm offering, and then 2 more tabs for Nikki and to charge more money. And she wants it so that people can get her site. Nikki wants her own website so that she can do videos and do submissions and do online yoga for people. The people that are there's some people here that are really out for themselves. And you got to be careful, because if they see that you're either weak or slipping, they are going to use you as a crutch. See, the reason why people get in fights with me all the time is because I don't let people do it. The reason why me and Nikki beefed earlier, and why last night, you know, in the dinner line, I said something to her, because I wasn't going to let her pull that, you know, that slick move where we're in a group, she throws something out, you know what I mean? Like when Josh did that shit this morning.
Josh does it to me all the time. He waits till we're in the breakfast table and he'll throw some shit out.
Come and talk to me side by side. You got a question about something, you want to refer to something, and it involves me, you say it to me. But don't do it in front of the group, because what they're trying to do is trying to bring attention to whatever it is that you're having an issue with. And by doing it in front of the group, that makes you look worse. Okay? Because now you got everybody looking. And if they do it more than once, it's like, oh man, every time I turn my head, the conversation's about Bree. Bree's fucking up. So then, what do you think everybody else is going to say? Like, yeah, Bree's fucking up. Shit, Josh had to say something like 5-6 times.
Josh always does that shit.
He does. Josh is one of the problems too, but we're going in order. That's why I said we got bigger fish to fry, and we start from the top and we work our way down. Dave, Red, Nikki, like we're working on getting Nikki out of here next month already. Like we started today.
Who?
Me. This is between us. You don't speak about this. Even if you hear somebody bring it up, you play stupid. Okay? Me, Mike, Kristen, Chris, Taylor, and Rob.
Kristen? Oh, no, Kristen. I like her.
All of us. Dedeker too. All of us.
Mm-hmm.
When you see us say, when we do this, it's called Project Rattle. It's real. We're trying to rattle Nikki's cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're trying to rattle Nikki's cage so that she's out of here. And when she's gone, Amanda's got nobody. And Amanda's about to have her baby.
I feel like Amanda's the next problem.
Amanda and Nikki, both of them, they're
No, see, Amanda's the next problem because she's a burden financially to the group and she does contribute.
So we're waiting to see what the next 4 weeks holds.
Her business plan is invent a business and I'll swoop in and do it better than you.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
kind of fucking business plan is that?
It's not. Somebody was scared. That's why she was on Kristen's back and made such a big deal to Kristen and bullied Kristen. I don't know if you know what happened the other day in here, but she bullied Kristen. Kristen came outside to come to me and cried her heart out for 30 minutes because Amanda came up to her inside of his house and tore her down. And not only did she talk about her capitalist mindset, she also brought in Kristen's personal life. She said, whatever you do in the outside world don't work in here. Do you have kids? Do you support somebody out there? And Kristen was like, no, besides my dog. She was like, my point exactly. You don't know what it's like to actually work for your money or have to do this and do that. And that sounds like somebody that's fucking scared. If you ask me, that sounds like somebody who's fucking scared because they don't have anything else to offer. When you don't have anything to offer and you can't think of nothing to offer, then what you do is that's what creates competition. I don't have nothing. Well, I see how you doing your brie chinos, so I'm gonna make Aaron chinos, and I'm gonna add more sugar to mine, and hopefully people like mine more than like yours. Now I'm your competition, and then I'm gonna say something bad about yours, so then I can get mine. You know what I mean? That's what it does. That's what Amanda's doing. Oh, Nikki has his yoga. Nikki to the date has probably brought in $400 for her yoga total. I've brought in over $700 for boot camp. Plus, I'm about to bring in another $2,000 this month just for boot camp. Just for boot camp. For people signing up for the plans.
How long when did you boys start on?
This week. It comes out to be $500 a week at the least.
When did you boys come up with that plan?
Oh. 4 days ago.
When did you talk to Chris?
2 days ago. I didn't talk to him.
Oh.
I didn't have to. This is a team. This is literally like special forces.
Am I part of the team now?
Can't have anybody because we're trying to keep it so small. If it gets too big, too many people are involved with it, then they'll know. And then we look like bullies. See, the thing is, we're trying to stay away. Bella, can you turn that off for me, please? Thank you. We're trying to stay so far away from the direct situation that people don't know what we're doing. Nobody can know. You know what I mean? The shit that we do to piss her off, it's going to be situations where we can't blame anybody. Nobody can blame anybody because nobody knew who did it. the more people who know, the harder it is for people to stay quiet. You know what I mean? So we're trying to keep letting people out.
Like you got like 7 people on the team, right? 7 people know?
Yeah, 7 people know. And see, even
that's all you need, right?
Rob doesn't even know the rules. He just knows that we don't like her. Rob don't know that we're working against, because Rob's playing both teams.
It's only need 8 votes and you're done. You only need like 8 votes to put you up top.
But see, we gotta play it safe. Somebody's gonna vote for somebody else. Nikki's gonna try to get people to vote for me. What we're trying to do is we're literally just trying to get enough votes to get her up in the top 2. Which really, all you need is 5. 5 votes gets you in the top 2. And that's it. Because you gotta account for everybody picking everybody else. Amanda's gonna pick for me. Guarantee it. Nikki's gonna pick for me.
Amanda wouldn't pick for you. You should try to pick for me.
Amanda's gonna pick me. And Nikki gonna pick me. And they ain't got nobody else on their team. Risk gone. Nobody else here will side with them. We got 4 weeks. So we got 4 weeks to be on our best behavior and make Nikki spaz out. Make Nikki show her dark side. Let people see who she really is. That's what the mission is.
She told me she wanted me out of here because I'm 20 years old and I'm like basically too stupid and ignorant.
She told you that?
She said like, oh, you have so much to learn. You haven't learned anything in life because you're too young. I'm like, that basically means you say I'm here because I'm ignorant. I don't know what
I'm trying to tell you, Nikki, don't trust her. Don't trust her.
I haven't been in that bed for like 2 to 3 nights now because I don't feel comfortable going to sleep right next to her.
Don't talk to Josh. When Josh tries to have a conversation with you, just like, keep going.
He's out to get me. He's going to tell her what I'm going to do.
He was trying to convince everybody.
What did Josh say about me?
He was trying to convince people just to take you out. He came to me more than once, plenty of times. Christian, he was badgering Christian plenty of times. Rob, Mike, Ernesto, that you needed to go. Because, not just because he doesn't see you doing anything in the future, but because he's still holding on to what you did in the barn at the beginning. But the problem is, plenty of people have done plenty of shit since then. Why is that something that you're holding on to? It's because you're young. It's because he thinks that you're malleable. It's because he holds grudges. Simple. So be careful. That's all the conversation.